Better make sure that's turned off.
It's fine.
Thank you very much for coming. Appreciate your time. We'll run in the usual scenario for us, which is Sky leading us off with Eleanor, onto PLP straight after that. Rodrigo. And then anything else under immediate embargo we can do at that point. We'll have an embargo section for the Saturday newspapers, 10:30 p.m. today for anyone who's doing any work for that, and then we'll have a Sunday section at the end, 10:30 p.m. Saturday night for the Sunday newspapers. We know there's a couple of quite obvious topics. We will ask you not to keep asking the same question over and over again. It annoys us, it'll annoy you when we don't answer it.
What's that about? No, okay.
Yeah. So we appreciate it has to be asked. You don't have to keep keep asking it. Cameron's happy? We'll go with Eleanor.
Well, you mentioned obvious topics, but I know there's lots of interest, obviously, around Ivan Toney. He wasn't involved last weekend, and lots of interest as to whether he will be included in the squad this weekend.
Who knows? Let's see. To whatever it is, it's Saturday. Let's see Sunday what will happen. Ivan trained the whole week, trained with good attitude in every aspect. So he could be involved. He could not be involved. He could be here after the. Is it 31st or the 30th? 31st? 30th. And he could not be here. Basically, everything is up in the air. I said the whole time that if he's here, very happy. If he's not here, I'm happy on his behalf.
Are you able to shed any light on how discussions are progressing with Al Ali?
I would love to share all that. And I think it would be very, very interesting, but I won't.
Okay. A signing that you did announce last night, Sepp Van De Berg. How pleased were you to secure his signature, especially when you've got the likes of the German champions also trying to sign at the same time?
Yeah, very, very happy that we managed to sign Sepp Van De Berg. I think he's a great player with an even bigger potential, good age for a young centre-back that played quite a significant amount of games in the Championship and in the Bundesliga. I heard the rumours about Leverkusen. If that's true, then I think it's a statement that players want to come to us over other top clubs. And I think we know that we are interesting because we have a fantastic environment. We had a good team, we're a good club, and we are growing. So very happy that he want to join the ride and the journey, and looking forward to have him in the squad.
Is Brentford the place you think where he can secure himself as a week in, week out Premier League player?
I hope so. Of course, I have a few others that also can play centre backs. So in Christopher, Ben Mee, Ethan, and Nathan. So there's good competition, but we need a strong squad. We saw that last year that we had a lot of injuries. We were unlucky. Some of it also, and definitely in the defensive side of it, we lost Sanka, so we needed another one. And we always, when we sign one, depending of what we need, can we get a player in that can lift the bigger picture, the bigger level, plus have potential to grow? That's always the best, and I think we managed to get that in Sepp.
And final question from me. Arne Slot's first home game in charge of Liverpool. You've got two new signings from Liverpool. I mean, can you just give us a sense of how you and the team are feeling heading into this game?
Excited. We got a very good result against Crystal Palace. I think there was some very positive signs from that game in our performance. There was also some areas that we'd like to improve. We worked hard on trying to improve this week. We're going into a fantastic team. Against a good manager, follow his work in Feyenoord, of course, seen his pre-season games and of course the Ipswich game, and it looks good. He tried to add layers to the fantastic job Klopp did. He inherited a fantastic team. I think maybe they just missed out. Was it the third or fourth last game of last season? They were basically toe-to-toe with Arsenal and City. And it's that team, more or less, that started against Ipswich, and it's a fantastic team. I saw some stats. We did some stats this morning to show about Liverpool, and at home, they are so frightening. and I expect him to be an unbelievable, difficult task. And they're huge favourites, of course, tomorrow. The flip side, we believe in ourselves, and we know we have the capacity to go anywhere and try to win it. Most likely, if you look at the odds, it's odds against, and Leo have a bigger chance of winning it. But we'll go there and do everything we can to try to do it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi Thomas, can I just check the team news for this weekend?
Yeah. So in terms of, everyone should be available except the ones that aren't. No, Justice Silva, Igor Thiago, and Rico and Aaron. On that note, especially Rico is progressing very well, and hopefully he's soon ready to join the squad.
Fabio Carvalho is going to go back to Anfield. It's going to be a special day for him. Are you going to use his extra motivation for this match?
I'll say, let me put it this way, he's definitely in the squad. He's a player, I said that before. Very excited that we have been able to sign him. I think he shows more and more. It's like any new player who's coming into a new team, it's still even that he's easy to slot in because he's lived in the UK for a long time and know the Premier League and all that. He's taking the steps in the right direction, played a great a game behind closed doors Tuesday. And it is looking better and better, so I'm very positive about him.
I want to ask you about the South American players from Liverpool, Luis Diaz, Darwin Núñez, Alexis McAllister. What do you think of them?
I think they are top players, and I think they are doing very well. I think we know Liverpool got a lot of threats, and I think their front three, no matter, of course, you say Salah is the standout, but I think Jota, Núñez and Diaz, Gakpo are really, really good players. And I think Diaz, when they signed him, it was like a player, of course, you knew about him, but he's impressed me with his pace, and his pace when he's carrying the ball forward and his ability to score goals. And McAllister, I thought, was a fantastic signing for them.
Just finally from me, how can you describe the atmosphere in Anfield for fans around the world?
Probably others that can describe it even better than me, but of course I'm privileged to be there 3 times when we played them. Yeah, of course it's a special place. It's one of the cathedrals of football.
Anyone else like to do anything under immediate embargo? Yes, we'll go there and then Sam. Yep.
Yeah, in the match against Crystal Palace, you finished with less possession, but the majority of the duels won.
Majority of the
duels?
Yeah.
How important will that be in a match like this?
I think it's important in any game. No matter if you have 70% possession or 30%, the duels are crucial. I don't know any manager, whether it's Guardiola or me or another one, that don't want the 50-50 duels to be won. It's crucial, and you get out on the right side of them, and preferably with the ball, and can play forward, hopefully. So that's going to be crucial. It's going to be a really tough game against a great team. In a great stadium, so we're really looking forward to it. We're excited about playing it. Never take anything for granted. It's our 4th season in the Premier League, and we look forward to play in an iconic place like this. One thing for sure, we need to be good on the ball, get good defending, be good in the duels, and a big thing, I think, the transitions both ways. Liverpool, I think, is maybe the best transition team in the world, especially offensively. So can we how can you say, defend that well, and hopefully transition the other way? I think we'll have a chance.
Just wanted to start, with Henry. You obviously said he was progressing well. Is that a change from last week? Is that?
No, it's just on the right trajectory. He's trained every session here, full, no restrictions. So I just got a little bit more excited, and he every single time he's so electric, so he catch your eye quite easy. Just excited about it. And he is has he been here as long as I? That's close to 8 years. Yeah, it's close to 8 years. Longer than me. Yeah, that's crazy. So I've been here close to 8 years, and he's the only one who's been here the whole time. So it's quite emotional to see him coming back, and I'm very, very pleased about it.
So is that full training? Sorry.
Yeah, full training. Yeah. So this week, every session this week, he joined the full squad. Yeah.
And then I just wanted to start on Van Den Berg. Obviously, you said in a previous press conference you wanted to play with a higher line this season. I'm assuming that Van Den Berg's arrival, his pace, his ability in the air, those things factored in when you went and signed him. Yeah,
definitely. I think he ticked a lot of boxes of what we are searching from our centre backs. I think he great pace, great to read the game, composed on the ball, but also in decisive defensive actions. Good on the ball, and as you said, his abilities in the air is good as well. Of course, yes, none of it is 10 out of 10 because then he will play for Madrid. But it's in a good level, at a good level, and with very good opportunity to develop it further. I see a great future for him.
And do you feel he's obviously spent a fair amount of money on him? Do you feel that he's ready to step into first team action?
I think he's ready. Of course, there's competition. I think, as I said, we have some very good other alternatives that done very well for us, either in a 3 or 4, from Christopher to Benmi, that had a fantastic first season, to Ethan Pinnock, that's been our standout centre back over the past 5 years, and then Nathan, I think, is taking the steps in the right direction, and I think Nathan had a great game against Crystal Palace. So there's competition, but there will always be competition. But I think if he hits his level, he will compete very, very good.
You put a lot of emphasis on characters when you bring players to the club. What have you looked at in Van Den Berg's character that you've loved?
It's similar also to Fabio. We take references on them. It's very big for me that they are good people, and how do you check that? But of course, you speak to people in the environment. They are good characters that want to work hard, that want to learn, that want to reflect, that want to progress. And they how can you say, they think of the team. So one of our biggest values is togetherness. So they need to know that we can only achieve something big if we go together.
Will he be registered in time for Sunday, or is that for game?
I think so. I haven't done anything else, so should be.
So he'll be involved in the squad in some way.
He should be able for that. It's possible he'll be involved. Yeah, I had to word that correctly.
Obviously, this is your second signing of the summer, but it's your second signing from Liverpool. Have you looked at Liverpool as a club and the way that they're producing players, and is that something that you've looked at basically? How do you like that?
I like Liverpool as a club. I think they've done very well over the last many years, of course. But I think the development they had, I think it's fair to say, since Klopp came in, there's a lot of other people that's behind the scenes that did the job in that spell of 8-9 years. I think they have developed some great players, but it's not because it's from Liverpool. I think it's 2 players we liked, Fabio and Sepp, and we thought they could add quality to our squad, and it was possible financially. So yeah.
I didn't quite catch up. It might have been asked, but is Carvalho also? He will be involved.
Yeah, he will be involved. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Hi.
It's going to be a huge crowd. How do you manage your nerves, if you've got any?
Say again?
How do you manage your nerves? It's going to be a huge crowd, if you've got any.
On Sunday? I think that of course there will always be a few nerves or butterflies. Always exciting when you go into a game, and when you go to a fantastic away ground as Anfield, you feel something. But I think the experience over time, it makes it more normal, standard. Butterflies or nerves or excitement about a game that I've learned to control, depending on how it goes during the game. But so I'm just looking forward to it.
Yep.
Hi Thomas. You briefly touched upon Van Den Berg's qualities, but when I was doing some research into him, one thing I noticed was he scored 3 goals in the Premier League last season, which is more than each of Brentford's centre-backs in the Premier League.
Last season?
Yeah, I think the most was Pinnock with 2, same colleague. Is goal scoring ability something that you look for in a centre-back? Because when you rewatch Wiss's goal at the weekend, both Collins and Pinnock were in the area?
Yeah, definitely. I think you need to get a certain amount of goals out of your squad or your team. And of course, you always want the front two or front three to score a lot of them. But can you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from a centre back? It's invaluable. It's fantastic. And everyone knows that we are good on set pieces. We put focus on it. So when we put focus on it, we need someone who's able to actually hit the ball into the back of the net. And definitely that's some of Sepp's qualities. I think he's good at it. I think he can improve even more. But I think he's got good potential there and good timing. You said that with a goal is like a second phase after a long throw, where we are brave and keep players up. That makes it difficult for the defenders to defend.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, what is the typical target for centre-back goals in a season?
Oof. I've never thought there's a typical one. I think, as you said, 3 probably. I don't think you find many centre-backs in Premier League that score three goals a season. So if all our centre-backs can do that, that'll be good. As I said, if I named 5, okay, that's 15 goals. That's not bad. Of course, not all of them will start at the same time, but so 3 will be a good number. 4 will be fantastic. 5 through the roof.
So what you're saying is your current centre-backs are underperforming in terms of goals?
I think the first year in the Premier League, I think Pontus scored 3. I think Ethan scored 2 or 3. Second year, Ethan was up around 3. We actually did a nice stat, so here you can have it. So last 3 seasons in the Premier League, we have scored the most goals by centre-backs in the Premier League. So we're doing quite well.
See, I didn't actually know that.
So check on that. 20 goals, yeah. Second on the list, I can't remember who it was. They scored 18, there was 16, 15, so we're doing okay.
I know you're not really one to concern about how much the club spends on a player, but if you kind of take a step back and put kind of your football purist views on, is our transfer fee less of a representation about their current ability and more about a hypothesis of what they could become?
I guess it depends a little bit on the age. So, of course, let's say Sepp and Fabio are 2 young players. There's definitely, they have already done well, but Fabio haven't played that much the last 2 years, so that's probably on potential. Sepp played more, but I agree. Depending on where you cut it, it's definitely something with the potential, definitely. And it seems like clubs are buying younger and younger, and it's getting more and more expensive.
One final thing from me. So Sepp's 22, Nathan's 23, Chris is 26. You've got Ethan at 31 and Ben at 34. Do you think you've got the perfect balance of youth and experience in that area?
Yeah, I think actually, I think it's a very good balance. No doubt about that. And I think the experience of Ethan and especially Ben is fantastic to give to the squad, and that helps massively. And then we got 2, as you said, very young centre backs with great potential, and Chris is in the middle with a great still rising, I think, and he's like also a player that can play outside of the 3 and fullback position. So I'm happy with that.
Brilliant, thank you.
Welcome.
One at the back, and then we'll start the embargoed sections.
Thanks, I'm Sepp Van De Berg. This was us with the 2 new Liverpool signings. How desperate are they to play the get one over against their old team?
I haven't asked them about that. But I think first and foremost they are excited about coming and joining us. And I could imagine both of them just badly want to start their first game for us. I have great expectations for them, and I'm really excited about both of them, and I'm sure they will be a big asset for us. If they will start on Sunday, we'll see on Sunday.
From the time that Tony was out of the team, did you sort of think that the rest of the players had to step up and maybe make yourselves more well-rounded as a team? Do you think that's the case now?
Yeah, I think, depending on the players who are playing, even that you want to play a certain style, their personal trademarks, of course, affect the style a bit. And of course, Ivan has some fantastic abilities that take the style in a little one direction, and Wizard got some trademark abilities that go a little bit other direction. So style of player, the things we want is the same. I would say hasn't changed too much. But of course, Ivan has been a fantastic player for us, and we need to find a different way to still score a lot of goals, which we have managed to do.
I realise I'm part of the problem by asking this, but are you sick and tired of questions about Tony's Brentford future?
Yes. I'm looking forward to, I don't have to talk about that too much, but hey, it's part of football. I'm very, very happy to answer all your questions. You're welcome.
Okay, so we're now under embargo, 10:30 p.m. tonight for any Saturday newspapers. Cameras can keep running as long as the embargo is noted and the content isn't released. Anyone like to go for Saturday? Yeah.